Danielle from Thrive and Glow. Today I'm going to be showing you how to felt soap. I will be felting this soap here. This soap was a rebatch. I ended up making way too much soap when I did a PB fudge because I was all excited about it, and I made 20 pounds of it, and I was like, maybe I went a little too crazy. So I took some, rebatched it, used a mold that I like for felting. It's a nice good hand size, so you can scrub up good.
The minute you walked in the joint, I could see.
Why do we felt soap? Well, here's a felted one to show you what it looks like. This is Canyon Sunset with merino wool. Merino wool is a really soft, fine wool. You can see here. This one's a finished one. And it felt soap really nice, and it feels really good. It's gently exfoliating. Some of the reasons to felt soap is because it works like a washcloth. So it suds up, and you'll see how that works when I'm felting it. Some of the other benefits is that as you go along and you're using your soap, the wool will shrink with it, and you'll use every little stitch of your soap, so there's no soap waste. The other nice thing is that when you're all done, you've got this piece of wool that I like to use to clean the sink or whatever. You can also cut it open and add more soap to use the last little bits of your remnants of soap. So it's really nice. So if you want to come on over here, today I hired this really hot cameraman. He might show himself at some point in time, but I only hire the best. So. All right, so there's a couple different methods that I've been using, and I have tried out a couple different wool companies, and I think I have found the one that I really love. You can buy wool that's pre-colored, one color at a time, and you can choose your own color variation. So to show you what that looks like, you can take some wool, grab a strand, you wrap it like this, you hold one end tight so it doesn't come loose, and then you just wrap it up. You're trying to cover all of the soap. And you'll want to mix some colors in there. Grab maybe a little blue, trying to keep the ends together as best as you can. It's really soft. Point, I would go like this. I've got a lot of pink on that side. And I would keep doing that until I've got all my soap covered. But I'm gonna skip over this one because I want to show you my favorite way of doing it. I found this company that I'm using, which is called Laughing Lamb Fibers. They're online, LaughingLambFibers.com. Check them out. I'm not affiliated, but I'm a big supporter. And my favorite thing is these bundles they make that are colored and they are laid out together. So I don't have to go through and find suitable colors to match up together. Instead, I just grab a section, pull off, and then I wrap. How I usually do with this size and this shape is I will do the long side first. All the colors will peep out one way or another. Trying to kind of get the edges covered as best as I can. Doesn't have to be perfect because when you go to do the felting water part, you'll work out all the little oops. Here's another good big section because I'm going to do the wide side now. And I think I want a lot of the purple and pink to sneak out, so just this here. Laying it flat, kind of rolling it first, and then wrapping, trying to get all of it covered, keeping it as tight as I can. So as you can see, it's basically wrapped. The next thing I'm gonna do, come right on over here. As you can see, I have a sink full of dishes because I did the dishes twice already today, and as you can see, I'm real. I'm real. I got a sink full of dishes. But we have a clear one, so yay, we're gonna work with that one. So, what I'm using here is the bottom of a stocking. You can buy just those like ankle stockings that are $1 at the dollar store, or you can take some stockings you already have and cut your own. I have some spider web Halloween ones I cut up. So I put my hand in like this, and then I grab it, and I fold it over. So I'm trying to keep my wool ends together so they don't unravel before I start. And then I close it up, like so. Next step, we're going to use some warm water. We're going to put it under the water. And at this point, all we're going to do is just squeeze and wetten it. So I just keep squeezing. This is my own little method that I've learned through trial and error. Once we think we've got all the air and it's thoroughly wet, just start rubbing gently. Now some people will keep their soap in the nylon through this whole process. I myself like to take it out, and this is about when I'll take it out. The reason I do that is so I'm not working blind. This way, if there's any soap peeking out and needs the wool to be covering, I can work it so it's doing that. Isn't it pretty already? I love these colors. This is called Canyon Sunset. It's beautiful. So the good thing is there's no soap peeking out, so we're covered well. So we're just going to rub the soap gently, like we love it. The reason this works is because when wool gets wet, it prisons and tightens the little fibers. Just like when you had a wool sweater and it got caught in the washer and dryer, it came out 3 times smaller. All of the little wool fibers frizzed up and shrunk. So it's shrinking and it's tangling with all the other little fibers. See how nice the lather is? This can be a very meditative process when you're just felting soap and you want to get away from the family and you say, I'm busy, I'm felting soap. You can be just here massaging a nice cocoa butter soap. Now at this point, I will kind of switch to a little bit cooler. I'll go back and forth with cold water, hot water, cold water, hot water. Believe it or not, all 3 of my children are home, and I just went upstairs and overheard my kids who are nicely playing together. And I heard my daughter Mallory say, Iron Man is in charge of the spa. And they have a whole spa experience going on in the bathroom. So I guess that's how they're compromising. There's Iron Man, there's little ponies, and they have a spa going on. And you'll keep doing this for anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, which adds up when you're doing a few soaps. Clean it off and show you what I got so far. I see some people will keep going with this for a while. Oh, you see I got a little soap showing right there. So when that happens, I will work the wool over that spot, and then I will use my fingers to kind of press around it and make them mind me. Which soap, this wool is a little bit more cooperative than my kids are. Now, a lot of people worry that having felted soap might grow bacteria. The nice thing about wool is it's naturally antimicrobial, naturally antibacterial, so it will not grow bacteria. And soap within itself is antibacterial, it's soap. And it's pretty, and we like pretty things. All right, so let me show you what we got. Now this soap that I made ahead of time has been curing for over a month now, so it's more than ready. But since I just felted it, I will let it sit for at least another 2 weeks to dry thoroughly before I sell it. So if you see, it's quite pretty. When it's sunny out, I'll set it outside and let the sun help dry it. It is not sunny today. In fact, it's quite rainy, so I'm not going to put it out there. So that's felted soap. If you have any questions, just leave them down in comments underneath the video. I'm also going to offer 3 free soaps, these ones here, to anyone who goes under and tells me in the comments why it's preferable to buy handcrafted soap from a local gal like myself. So if you can come up with a good answer, you win yourself a Canyon Sunset felted soap. And this weighs in at 5 ounces. It's a nice size soap, so get under there and tell me why you prefer to buy handmade soap. And have a great day. Thanks. Bye.